Well, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken making an unannounced visit to Kyiv, the trip coming only hours after a Russian missile attack in eastern Ukraine killed at least 17 people. This was at an outdoor market. NewsNation correspondent Joe Khalil live in Washington. So, Joe, what more are we learning about the Secretary's visit?
Well, it's a really important one for Secretary of State Blinken. He's been to Kyiv before, but this comes at a pretty critical time as he's meeting with Ukrainian leaders, including his counterpart, Foreign Minister Dmitry Kuleba. This is at a time when the counteroffensive for Ukraine is going well relatively, but it's much slower than they had hoped. This is a moment when Ukrainians and their allies, including the United States, thought that the Ukrainian military was going to really take it to the Russian military, really be on the offensive there. And again, it's just going much slower than they had hoped for. But Secretary Blinken says today's trip is about a number of things, one of which is making sure that the Ukrainians know the United States still has Ukraine's back and will continue to support the effort.
I'm here in large part at the behest of President Biden to reaffirm our commitment to stand with you. To help ensure that you succeed militarily in dealing with the aggression, but also to stand with you to make sure that your efforts to build a strong economy and a strong democracy succeed.
Now, Blinken's visit also comes at a time when the Biden administration is asking Congress to approve more than $20 billion in more direct aid. That is something that Democrats in Congress certainly support, something that most Senate Republicans support. But there is going to be a lot of pushback on that money when it comes to Republicans in the House. They have signaled some hesitancy to send any more American dollars to Ukraine. Today, we caught up with Republican Senator Joni Ernst, who says it's important to just make sure we know where all of those dollars are going before anybody takes a vote on it.
I would caution people that with the Ukraine funding, there is a portion that goes to military weapons and ammunition, and I think that that is a good thing. There's a lot of money that goes to USAID for humanitarian support, and I think that's something that needs to be rethought. We need to be very cautious. A lot of that money does not actually go to Ukraine.
So we'll break down what she's talking about here. $24 billion is the total the White House is asking for. 20 of that would go directly to Ukraine for military assistance. The other $4 billion would go for humanitarian things, something that the Biden administration calls international priorities. So that could be humanitarian assistance for Ukraine. It also could be dollars for countries that have been taking in Ukrainian refugees as well. But all of that is going to be, again, contentious, especially when the House comes back next week. We're going to learn a lot more about where this bill stands. Again, more consensus in the Senate, but it's going to be a battle.
All right. Joe Khalil in Washington. Joe, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.